All right, so this is how I made 700 trading supply and demand today. So as always, we start with news first. Monday, you can see we have no news. Excuse me, but Monday we have no news. It is NFP week though, so you got to keep it. You got to keep that in mind and play a little bit safer, and just wait for all your confluences to stack up. Like make sure you're just taking a good trade when it's NFP week. You don't want to take a bad trade, I guess, or a low probability trade. So first, I mean, we had two setups I was looking at today. They both formed at the same time, but I didn't end up taking one of them, right? So I'll go over the one I didn't take first. It was a GJ supply trade, right? You can see we're below the 200 EMA. Um, easy marked out is a perfect supply zone. Like honestly, if hold on, if USD CAD didn't throw me a setup first, I definitely would have took this. But you can see we had to break a structure already, form the supply zone. You can see strong pushes down, and look at how much bro. This thing dumped, bro. This thing dumped, bro. Like yo, this thing dumped. Like this is actually crazy. I lie. This thing, I low key wish I would have took this one instead because I would have hit a way better. Like my R would have been insane, but that thing dumped, bro. So that was the GJ trade, right? Now I'm gonna go over the trade I did take, which it was still a good trade, but I mean, I wish I would have took that one instead, right? So as you guys know, I traded along my higher time frame confluence, so I was bullish. You can see the 200 EMA is cutting through, which that's usually a sign of like consolidation, but we didn't really get that much consolidation. But you can see we broke structure right here. This high strong bullish candles. I was looking at this zone right here. If you go to the 15 actually, the 15-minute time frame, it was actually a demand zone down there. I was waiting for that to get tapped, right? I was waiting. Hold on. This is how I had it marked up. I was waiting for this 15-minute demand zone to get tapped. I did notice that this was also a 15-minute breaker block, so the chances of it tapping that I already knew it was pretty low. So what I did was I went back to the 5 minute. And once we got down to equilibrium, I was starting to wait for like bullish candles to start forming. And as I'm waiting for bullish candles to start forming, I'm waiting for like candles to break as well. So like I'm just waiting for price action to tell me that it's ready to go up again, right? So I'm waiting for candles to break. After that first green candle breaks, that's when I entered. But you can see this is like how I got filled. I had to position my stuff. Like this is where I got filled. I entered here, but see, I got filled all the way up here, right? So got filled up there. You can see we weren't in drawdown for too long. It did come super close to my stop, but you know when trades are coming super close to your stop, bro, you gotta trust your like analysis. You gotta trust your bias and just keep holding your trade out. If your stop loss get hit, it is what it is, bro. Just gotta live with it and come back tomorrow. But you can see I was just targeting this high at first, but you can see the RR on that, especially with how my fill was. Look, if that was my only target, I would have got a 1 to yeah, 1 to 1 right there. I wasn't really trying to shoot for. I like shooting for at least 2 to 1s, but you can see it did come up all the way here. Now I got out at a 1 to 1.7, right? I got out somewhere literally like somewhere up here, like literally right here. I mean, I don't know what I'm looking at, but I literally got out like right here. That's cause I had some 15-minute highs marked out, and after it swept those highs, it started rejecting a little bit. So I was just like, I'm gonna just take it. But if I would have held it, I would have got way more. But I was just like, I'm gonna just take it and just go with it. So I had this high marked out. I had this high marked out. Uh, I had this high marked out as well. It didn't even put the thing there. And then I also had like, these highs I didn't really have them marked out. I was just like, if it goes there, it goes there. But those were valid highs to mark out as well for price to draw towards. You can see it went up, and I don't even. I think it either made equal highs or it just swept that by the slightest. Like I think it made an equal high though right there. But you can see almost all the highs got taken out. Those were valid TPs. Um, honestly, I should have probably held it for longer since it was kind of a 15-minute setup. But I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't thinking at the time, and I let my emotions kind of get to me a little bit. So it is what it is. But that was a trade, right? I noticed that we didn't form a demand zone on the 5 minute, but on the 15 we did, and I knew it was a breaker block kind of setup. So I just waited for equilibrium, and that's when I waited for the green bullish candles to form and start breaking, and then that's when you enter. And yeah, man, that was, I ain't gonna lie, like it was a pretty good trade. There was no news. It was a clean day to trade. Uh, I'm up what like 3K on my account now, so the account's going pretty good. Is NFP week, probably gonna trade tomorrow and Wednesday and take Thursday and Friday off just cause I don't really want to risk anything, especially when it's NFP week. You just don't want to mess with it. Like it's just gonna throw a whole bunch of fake outs. Nas didn't really throw too much of a setup today. I couldn't come up with a daily buys for it, so I stayed away from Nas. It kind of went like, hold on, let me see. Nas look after market open. Look at this. It's just literal chop. Like EMA's cutting through it. It's just chopping up. Even before then, like 6:30, you can't really like. There's not really much you can do here. So Nas was pretty bad today. At least for supply and demand, I think so. But those were pretty much what I was looking at. Um, but yeah, that's gonna cap off the trade recap for today. Gonna come back tomorrow. You guys can expect the trade recap every time I take a trade, either win or loss. I'm gonna come here and do a trade recap for you guys, so you guys could like maybe learn something and maybe ask questions if y'all need to. But yeah, I'll pretty much wrap it up for the video. Thank you guys, bro.